Good evening and Ramadan Kareem to you all. I'm your host Lara Sam'an, here to bring you a great line of segments featuring local talents, initiatives and events from around the kingdom as we celebrate the holy month. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Today with us in the studio, Naz Grimley, who is a women's wellness coach, mindset coach, personal trainer, and co-founder of The Nourishers. Her mission is to impact as many women as humanly possible so they can see their worth. Step into their desires in life by helping women unleashing the rebellion within through radical self-love and more. Hello and welcome to our studio, Naz.
Thank you for having me, Lara.
So, can you tell us, where did the inspiration come from to become a women's wellness coach? Where did you think that from?
Yes, that's a good question, because that has come from my own experience about 10 years ago, where I gave birth to my first baby.
Okay.
And just after giving birth from my first baby, I've always wanted to get back in shape. There's that societal standards that has been, very noisy in our ears, saying that you need to get back in shape,
You need to go back to what you were before having a baby. Yeah.
Like right away.
Yeah.
So that's where it stems from originally. And so I started, hiring coaches and nutritionists into helping me get back into a place where, societal standards would accept me. And so I got into it, got a bodybuilder, personal trainer, I hired nutritionists.
You went all extremes.
I just went full extreme.
Yeah, all extremes.
Yes, and but it got to a point that it became really obsessive into a way that was not fulfilling what I was really desiring for my life and for myself. And so I would still come home and wonder why I'm not fully happy yet. Why am I not satisfied with this? Although I got to a space where, I got fit, I got all of these things.
Yeah, and you went back to normal just before having a baby. So it's like, why is this happening to me? Yeah.
Exactly, and why am I not still satisfied? And so it took a long time. It took 7 years for me doing that same thing of yo-yo dieting, going to the gym every single day of my life.
7 years.
Yes.
That's a long time.
Yes.
Okay, and then that's just when you thought, okay, let me study women's wellness, or how did that come along?
Yeah, so funny thing. So I had my second child and then a third child.
Okay, wow.
Yes, I'm also a mama of 3 boys. So going through all of these, I've still been going through the same thing that I did when I started with, was overworking at the gym, eating very less, counting every single gram of my food. And I just crashed, I guess, after 7 years. And I thought that I need help. I need support when it comes to my mindset and the way I spoke to myself. I didn't have true self-care. The self-care that I had was, I need to go to the gym 7 times a week. I need to count calories, and I need to lose weight. And that's the only self-care that I thought was in my head. And so I hired my own life coach, I hired my own health coach, and then I realized that the impact of the health and wellness coach towards me after that for the next 3 years.
After all the trials that you had over the 3 kids?
Yes. And so that is what led me, and I said, well, how many women are feeling the way I'm feeling, right? And so then I started studying holistic nutrition courses, health coaching, life coaching. I just completed my gut practitioner course and hormone practitioner course, and so that's where it all came from.
So it was a really trial period. Like, let me try after each child. I had a different feeling, so let me see. But that's amazing. That's amazing. And how long it took? It took a long time, of course, but it's so good that you figured out that, okay, this is not fulfilling what I actually want to do. So let's see what's next, because not everybody thinks, let me try that, let me try a different coach or something. Do you get what I mean? Like, nobody ever thinks that. Yeah, so I really like how you've actually tried so many different things before getting to where you are today.
Yes.
And can you tell us, what's the difference between life coaching and your field of coaching?
Yes, so what I've noticed as well is that when I had my life coach and nutrition coach and health coach, I've always had to talk to 3 different people to get to where I, an answer.
Was it overwhelming?
It was a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
Plus I had a personal trainer as well. So it was like, it was so many people trying to help me. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's beautiful to be able to have so many, advices and tips and tools that you can implement into your life. But then I realized that what we're not taught as women is our hormones and how that can affect us.
Yeah.
Really, it's basically our life.
Technically it is, but we never think that.
Yes, exactly. And so that's what I try to implement into my life and health coaching, is how cycles work and how you could move your body in ways that doesn't have to be what everyone tells you to do.
Correct.
How you could eat by counting micronutrients, not just the macronutrients, so that you can support your hormones, and you can also support ways of building self-love for yourself as well. Because I truly believe that in order for you to make decisions for yourself when it comes to your movement, when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to deciding what habits you want to implement in your life, is to work on the, is to start working on yourself, because how are you supposed to heal a body you don't love?
Correct. Very, very, very true. That is very true. And like you said, the hormones plays a big part of our lives that we don't focus on ever. Ever. If you think about it. Nope, I don't think anybody focuses on that. Okay, you're also a happiness coach. Can you tell us, how do you coach happiness?
Yes, so that is through vision casting. So I help my clients define who they want to be in a timeline that is comfortable for them. Not a timeline that I would tell them, you know, where do you want to be in 6 months? Where do you want to be in a year? But mostly, where do you feel comfortable seeing yourself in future? So a lot of my clients, often it's 6 months, because it gets overwhelming if you want to think about, you know, over 6 months. So okay, let's start from there. Now, you know, we would define that person and how she looks, how does she wear, what's her morning and evening rituals, what is she putting in her body, how does she put her makeup on, like every single detail,
all
down
the tiny
to the
details,
everything. And once we get there, now we go back and then we start listing what are the habits that she's doing. And once we list that habits, after that we act like her from today.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you act like her, and then what happens?
You act like her from today. Whatever decisions of that person that you wanted to be in 6 months, what decisions will she make for her nutrition? You act like her today, because what we tend to do is we wait for validations. We always do. And then it's sad because we use it as a scale to define our worth, which is not supposed to be like that, because we've been
supposed to do that.
We're worthy from the day we were born. And so when you start acting like the person that you want to be, then 6 months from now.
6 months from now, you look back and be like, I am that person because you started acting like that person.
Yes.
Okay, which is amazing, and something not everybody thinks of doing as well. And can you tell us, how's the Bahraini society turning out to this style of coaching? How are you seeing everybody reacting to this?
I think in a very good way. I think
it's something new as well.
Yes, something new, and something a little bit more in a holistic way of looking at health and lifestyle, instead of like, you know, waiting for, once I lose this much weight, then I will feel good. Once I get to this point, then I'll wear the clothes that I used to wear a few years ago.
We all think this. We all think this. Especially when you put on a few pounds, you're like, okay, once I lose that weight, I'll fit into those pants again.
Yes, and that's the thing that I teach the women that enter into my world when it comes to my clients, is that the first thing to do is get rid of the old clothes, because she was beautiful, you're beautiful now, and you're just going to be so much better.
Yeah, I like that. Then I think I should go get rid of some of my clothes that are at home. Some of them. Can you tell us, what are the most common mistakes do women or humans in general make, and how would you say people should avoid them from your point of view and experience?
Yes, that's a good question. I feel like for us, when we have a goal in our life, we forget about the journey.
Correct.
All we want to do is just get there.
Yeah.
But we need to enjoy the journey as well for it to be sustainable.
Yeah.
And that's where I came from my first story. What I mentioned earlier was that I was yo-yo dieting, and I was going to the gym too much because I wanted that end result. And then we always want more. Yeah. And so instead of doing that, how about enjoying the journey, building that radical self-love for yourself, and then being it more sustainable, and then wanting more and more for yourself in life.
No matter what we do, you always are going to want more. So like I like how you said that. Instead of just reaching the goal, live the journey. Take it day by day at the same time. Yeah, that's what I'm sure you would recommend for a lot of people. Don't just think, oh, get to the goal, get to the goal, because that's what you did, and that's where we had the trial and error after the 3 kids. Can you tell us, what are your future plans? What do you plan on doing next?
Yes, so I am planning on again, like just supporting as much women as I can. I am also a co-founder for the Nourishers. So we host a lot of our wellness programs, and we're starting that in Bahrain. So I'm going to be holding the women's section there. So we'll be doing clean beauty, which is something that I'm very passionate about. It's also connected to your hormones.
Okay, amazing.
Yes,
Okay,
and how you can cook for your hormones, and all of these amazing programs that are coming up really soon here in Bahrain.
And things that I'm sure a lot of women didn't know that can relate to our hormones. Like you just said, how cooking for your hormones. I never thought cooking or something or eating something will help. You know, like it's things that we don't know. Not everybody, it's not something we're taught as growing up, like you mentioned, it's not something we're taught. But that's really exciting. And when are you planning on doing these classes?
Yes, so it starts from May.
Oh,
already.
Okay. So
yes.
very soon, very soon.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us, Naz, are there any tips or messages you'd like to tell our viewers for this holy month?
Yes, I really find this month as such a great time to reflect on self. So maybe put gratitude in that way as well. We do practice gratitude every day in our life, which is very important. But I think this for the holy month of Ramadan is to really list down everything that you are grateful for the last year, because I know a lot of us are not doing that.
Yes, a lot of us are not.
Yes, so it could be a time of reflection, a time of maybe checking in with yourself. You know, how are you feeling for the last few months? Again, I don't like timelines, but you pick your own timelines of whatever feels good to you, and then you write down, you know, what are my next steps for my life? Where do I want to get to?
Yeah,
and then
where was I, where am I now at the same time?
Yeah, and then once Ramadan is over, you get into action. You start getting into that masculine energy where you just go and get your habits in.
Just do it.
Yeah,
try.
balancing it with your feminine energy and your masculine energy and making things work for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good practice to do for the holy month of Ramadan.
Thank you, Naz. And again, like you said, everybody live the journey, don't try and reach the goal.
Yes.
Thank you, Naz. Hopefully I'll see you in your studio
Yes.
soon. Viewers, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bahrain Now and Ramadan Kareem again. Now I know that a lot of us are taking care of our fitness, but we also need to take a look at how our fitness affects other parts of our body as well, including posture. Now, I don't know much about that. My own posture is not the best, but we do have Johan to lead us. So Johan, tell us a little bit about the relationship between posture and fitness.
Well, it's really important because when you start working out and your posture is not good, your results are not going to be great, and also you're going to have a situation where you might get more injuries. So what we see a lot about nowadays, especially the teenagers and our adults, we see them in this position, on their phone the whole time, basically living in a forward, rounded position. So my suggestion is put your phone in the pocket and follow the next workout to open yourself up, feel taller, feel stronger and more confident.
So ladies and gentlemen, come on, let's get that great posture. Let's go.
Now we're going to show you a nice stretching and opening routine for anyone who has any issues with posture, which is all of our teenagers, always on our phones like this, kids and people sitting a lot during the day and on their phone. So this is going to open up your chest, keep your muscles nice and loose in the front, and strengthen the muscles from the back. So we're going to ask Daniel to do the first exercise, which is going to be our shoulder retractors. And as he moves here, pulls the shoulder blades together and back. So we're using a band here. If you don't have a band, you can just do it without one, but it works really nicely to get your posture in position. Perfect. One more time, exhale, inhale, and relax. Okay. Next one we're going to do is with the ball. The ball is a good tool to enhance posture because it can help us to get positions that we can't do normally. So he's going to lie flat on the ball. Okay, feet is flat there. Core is nice and neutral here. His thumbs are going to be up. And he's going to lift his arms up to there and bring it down. It's going to strengthen all of these muscles that control your posture, that keeps your spine aligned. We're looking for between 8 and 10 repetitions. And you can also do it sideways, so your palm is facing down. Open the chest, feel the shoulder blades coming together. Keep the core nice and tight and neutral. Don't let your back arch too much. Your glutes will be on, which is a very powerful posture muscle. So you can also see here the neck is in a nice neutral position, which is much better than we would have it from this all the time on our phones. And last one, you can hold it, breathe, glutes active, lower back nice and controlled, hamstrings lengthened, all the posture muscles working, perfect, and down. The next exercise is going to turn around. And walk down slowly until his head touches the ball. Stop there. Hands up to the ceiling. Okay. In this position, we want the glutes to be contracted, opening up the hips here. Core is switched on. Shoulder blades are nicely relaxed in this position. Neck is nice and soft into the ball. A little bit of pressure to keep our neck muscles strong. And you can feel that in this position, everything will open up in the front part of our body because we are always looking at the front. This is going to help us, and then we can also stretch this arm back and alternate the arms with the breathing. Excellent. Expanding that rib cage that gets so compressed when we are slouching. So this is a really very good exercise for that. And then he's going to walk back slowly and stay seated on the ball. And we use the ball a lot as a posture exercise. So in this last one, we're going to do a squat and reach. And as he gets up from the ball, squats up, reaches with his hands up in the air, and come back down again. So all those tight muscles in the front gets nicely stretched in a controlled way. Trying to reach for the ceiling. Excellent. One more. Very good. And relax. So with this workout, we will experience a lot of feeling where we are much looser. You'll feel more energized because your body is now optimum position with the spine. And you can do this once or twice a day, anytime in the morning, before your iftar, after your iftar, and also in the evening before you sleep, so you can have a nice relaxed rest. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.
So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching that. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I got tired just watching it. So now we're here with the expert Daniel to tell us how it went. So tell us, Daniel, what did you think of that workout?
It was quite good. It was nice and loosening and everything, and the first thing in the morning is actually quite nice to do it.
Really, working out in the morning. How do you motivate yourself to do that?
It's just, I know what happens if you don't exercise as much, and it just feels nice to exercise in the morning because it's a nice start to your day. It refreshes you and everything and gets you in a happy mindset. So it's a nice start to the day to continue throughout.
It's a good thing, especially during Ramadan. A lot of people are usually sleeping, so it's a good way to get yourself started and ready for the day. And could you tell us a little bit about what your favorite part of this workout routine is?
My favorite part is personally the rolling up and down the ball, where I have to balance myself on the ball and then raise my arms up. It's quite relaxing and it opens my chest up.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a lot of fun. I envied you from the back. So last thing is, who is the person who you think would get the most benefit out of this exercise?
I definitely think someone that spends on their phone most of the day and isn't active as much, because it really does affect your back and chest. So it quite closes you in and it's quite hard to breathe. So this loosens you up in general, and it actually helps with your breathing and everything, and I just felt better just from doing that.
So ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. If you've got any issues with your posture, here's a quick fix. Thank you so much, Daniel.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of today's episode. Don't forget to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below for any inquiries. We love hearing from you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on another episode of Bahrain Now. Good night and God bless.